In this video, we'll see how to make a sourdough style bread without adding a starter. We don't need to do repeated stitch and folds, no intricate shaping, and we'll need only 4 basic ingredients. Just flour, water, salt and yeast. And your bread will have super rustic, crackly crust and crumb with soft, moist, open pores like a sourdough bread. The secret for getting this amazing texture and flavor aside of a sourdough bread is a high hydration dough and long cold fermentation. I've simplified this recipe carefully so that anybody can make artisan sourdough style flavorful bread at home with the least effort. So let's see how to make this bread. Into this bowl, I'm adding water at room temperature, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of yeast. Make sure our ingredients have dissolved. Then adding 3 cups of flour into this. Mix and combine everything. Make sure there are no dry patches left behind and our dough is hydrated evenly. Now cover the dough and let it rise for 2 hours in a warm place. It's been 2 hours, our dough has risen well. Let's deflate the dough, and here I'm trying to make it a smooth dough. You will find it easy to do because the gluten strands have already developed. Our dough has become more even and smoother. Let's cover the dough and keep it in the fridge for overnight proofing. You can keep the dough in fridge for up to 4 days. Even though we can use the dough to make bread at any time from fridge, to get the best flavor to our bread, I would suggest to keep it in the fridge for at least 18 hours. So this is the dough after 18 hours in fridge. You can see a few large air bubbles here and there. Now, before shaping the dough, let's do a pre-shaping. Dust the surface with some flour and then detach the dough from sides of the bowl using a spatula and flip the dough onto a well-floured work surface. Our dough is a high hydration dough, and so it has a great tendency to stick to the surface, so don't forget to flour the surface generously with flour. The dough is very relaxed now. We can stretch the dough to form a thin sheet. Then fold it from all 4 sides. And then from the corners to form a round ball. Now place it on to a non-dusted work surface, and to give more surface tension, gently drag the dough on a clean work surface until you feel the dough has got good shape and strength. Cover it with a bowl and let it rest for about 40 to 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, our dough has risen slightly. It has got beautiful air bubbles inside. And now let's do the final shaping. I'm dusting the surface with some flour and flip it onto a well-floured work surface so that our dough will not stick and we can handle the dough smoothly. Stretch the dough to form a small rectangle. While doing this final shaping, I have 2 things in my mind. We need to preserve the air pockets inside, and so we need to be gentle, and also we need to create good surface tension to the dough ball so that our bread will get a good oven spring and it can rise beautifully in the oven. So fold it from sides and then drag the dough to tighten the ball. transfer the dough to a glass bowl lined with a kitchen towel or onto a proofing basket. Then cover it and keep it in the fridge so that it will do its final rising in a very cold environment for 35 to 45 minutes. After final rising, our dough is ready to go into the oven. We need to place the dough into a preheated baking vessel or onto a hot Dutch oven. So flip the dough onto a parchment paper and carefully place it into the hot baking pan. Using a sharp blade, I'm scouring the bread. This will help the bread to expand beautifully in the oven. Cover it with the lid and place it back into the oven and bake at 480 Fahrenheit or 250 C preheated oven for 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, reduce the temperature to 425 Fahrenheit or 220 C and continue baking for another 20 to 25 minutes or until the crust reaches that desired color and texture. The bread looks so beautiful, and I hope you can hear that fine crackling sound. It's because of the sudden difference in the external temperature when we took the bread out from the oven. The crust is adapting to the new environment by cracking open in many small spots. And now we need to wait for the bread to cool down before slicing. This may take around 1.5 to 2 hours. You can see how amazing our bread turned out. It has got beautiful caramelized deep golden crust and very soft moist open crumb like a sourdough bread. The bread has a unique flavor and we can enjoy with some soups or salads, or they are best for making sandwiches, or they are simply delicious even with some plain butter. I hope you like this simple bread recipe, and even if we don't have sourdough starter ready to use, we can make wonderful sourdough style bread with just 4 ingredients and just the right technique and method. So I hope you will make this at home, and I'm pretty sure you will love it. When you make this bread, please let me know how it turned out for you. And thank you so much for your love and support, and thanks for watching this video. See you next time.